4 development teams, 1 platform team, bi-weekly production deployments, daily coordination meetings that solve nothing. And I'm the architect who made this worse for 6 months before discovering what actually worked. I'm Yanis, and here's how enterprise governments transformed coordination chaos into systematic capability without adding more meetings. When enterprise architecture fails, citizens feel it, not just project dashboards. And I still managed to make team coordination worse for 6 months before discovering what actually worked. Here's what is at stake. If you cannot design enterprise governments that enables team autonomy, you will spend your career in endless coordination meetings instead of building systematic capability. By the end of this video, you will be able to look at this messy multi-team situation and say, this is an enterprise governance problem, not people problem, and know what to do next. 4 symptoms that revealed deep problems. Daily coordination meetings that solved nothing. Platform team overwhelmed with manual integration work. Development teams blocked waiting for deployment window. 25 applications with no clear ownership boundaries. This is when you map who decides what to which systems enable teams. In TOGAF terms, that is preliminary phase and phase A, but in human terms, it is who owns what and what breaks if we change it. If your teams mention the same API in different stand-ups, but nobody knows who owns it, enterprise government solves this permanently. And here's what eliminated 70% of my coordination overhead. I call it the architecture governance rule. Manual coordination scales linearly with teams. Add 1 team, add 1 meeting. Architecture governance scales exponentially with capability. Design it once, every team benefits. So you don't optimize coordination meetings, you design governments that eliminates most of them. And here's what I actually did in this situation. I applied 4 enterprise principles systematically. Modularity. Teams operate independently within clear boundaries. Second one is interoperability. Teams integrate through standardized interfaces. Third one is security. Enterprise-wide governments maintained across all teams. And the last one is agility. Architecture supports rapid business changes. Real example. Before governments, 3 teams mentioned user authentication API in daily stand-ups. Nobody knew who owned it. After establishing clear boundaries, Team A owned authentication, provided it as a service, and the other teams consumed it through standardized interfaces. 0 coordination meetings needed. Those principles revealed coordination problems I had been blind to. No clear domain boundaries, no standardized integration patterns, no systematic approach to business requirement distribution. If you are a developer, this eliminates those daily stand-ups where 3 teams mention the same API, but nobody knows who owns it. The dataset inventory analysis exposed the real issue. 34 gigabytes across 6 different storage technologies. Shared data systems creating dependencies between teams. Backup strategies requiring cross-team coordination, like having 4 different filling systems for the same documents. If your architecture decisions at different levels contradict each other, you get coordination chaos regardless of good intentions. enterprise level establishes governance framework for team autonomy, clear domain ownership, shared architectural principles, decision-making authority distributed within boundaries, escalation processes for cross-domain coordination, application-level defined integration patterns and service boundaries. Each team owns specific application portfolio. Teams provide services through defined interfaces, integration standards enabling autonomous deployments. Technology level enable team independence through platform services, self-service deployment capabilities, container orchestration, monitoring and logging, infrastructure services consumed rather than requested. If you are an architect, on paper this looks like clear governance hierarchy. In practice, it was messy negotiations about decision rights, budget authority, and who escalates what to whom. You do not need perfect governance to start. You need clear principles that teams actually follow. The breakthrough insights? Well, coordination overhead reduced dramatically when architectural decision addresses team interaction patterns systematically. Instead of optimizing broken coordination, you redesign the system so teams need less coordination. The messiest negotiation? Well, it was designing who owns the customer notification service. Business team said it's their domain. Platform team said it's infrastructure. Development team B said they build it. The government's framework forced the question, who makes decisions about notification rules? And answer, business team. They own it. Platform provides the infrastructure services. Team B maintains it under business domain authority. 15 minutes of framework application versus 3 weeks of political arguments. Six months later, 70% reduction in coordination overhead, 50% faster decision-making cycles, teams operating autonomously within clear architectural boundaries. If you are a manager, this translates directly to business value. Architecture capabilities that scales with organizational growth rather than manual intervention. Platform team focuses on capability development rather than crisis management. The cultural transformation happens through architectural design rather than motivational speeches. Teams gained autonomy with clear boundaries. Enterprise coherence maintained through shared principles rather than central control. Business alignment achieved through governance rather than manual oversight. And what surprised me the most, technical coordination became straightforward once enterprise architecture established clear domain boundaries. Team coordination shifted from crisis management to routine architecture decision making. Real proof. IT manager told me, we went from 15 coordination meetings per week to just 4. The other 11, well, they were eliminated because teams now have clear domain boundaries and standardized interfaces. Your governance framework gave us back 44 hours of productive time weekly. Remember, the architecture governance rule. Manual coordination scales linearly with teams, but architecture governance scales exponentially with capability. This week's challenge: take one recurring cross-team escalation and label it. Enterprise principles, domain boundary, platform services. Then decide one change at that level. That's enterprise governance without 400-page TOGAF methodology book. And comment below with which level caused your biggest coordination disaster. Enterprise governance, domain boundaries, or platform services, and why. I will share a governance framework you can use immediately for your specific situation. I'm Yanis, sharing experience from coordination transformation disasters. Take what works for you, leave what does not.